Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for a heart-shaped coaster. Here it is. It looks like this, and for this one I've used my 100% cotton yarn, and for this one I've used my this 3 mm of the hook. So let's begin. So here it is. We will start with a slip knot. So just have your yarn, have a slip knot, and now we will chain up 19 here. 1 9. So here it is. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16, 17, 18 and 19. Here it is. I've got my this 19 chains here, 1 9, and now we will turn our work. Here it is, turn your work, and now I'm gonna skip my this first chain. So this is my first chain, the back part of my first chain. I will skip my this first chain and I will go to this second chain here, and I will insert my hook into my this second chain here like this. Grab your yarn, and now yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and that's going to be our first single crochet. Now here I'm going to have a stitch marker. So just have your this stitch marker here. This is your first stitch, and now I will have another 2 single crochets into my this same stitch. So insert your hook into this second chain again here, and have another 2 single crochets here. So that's 1 and 2. Here it is. So in total, into our this second chain, we had our this 3 single crochets here. And now we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch for our this next 7 stitches. So here it is. This is my next chain. I will insert my hook into my this next chain here, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next chain, insert your hook, grab a yarn, have 1 single crochet. This is our second single crochet. Go to this next chain, have this 3rd single crochet, go to this next chain, have this 4th single crochet, go to this next chain and have this 5th single crochet, go to this next one and have this 6th single crochet, and go to this next one and have this 7th single crochet. Here it is. We got our this 7 single crochets here like this. Now we will skip over this next 2 chains. So 1 and 2. We will skip over this next 2 chains, and we will go to this chain number 3. And from here, this chain number 3, we will have another 7 single crochets. So next 7 chains, we will have 1 single crochet into each chain. So after this 7th single crochet, skip your this next 2 chains, 1 and 2. Go to this next chain, and here again, insert your hook into this 3rd chain, grab yarn, and have this 1st single crochet. Go to this next one. Have the 2nd single crochet, go to this next one, have this 3rd single crochet, go to this next one, have this 4th single crochet, go to this next one, have this 5th single crochet, go to this next one and have this 6th single crochet, and go to this next one and have this 7th single crochet. Here it is. It looks like this. We have created our V here, and now we are here on our this last chain. Now here again on our this last chain, we will have 3 single crochets into our this last chain. So here it is. It's 1. Now there is a tip. If you want, you can have your stitch marker again on your this first single crochet. We're going to have another 3 single crochets here. So we already have our first 3 single crochet on this side, and that's going to be our second single crochet on this side, and we are creating our curve here. So here it is. This is our work. So we are here. We are creating our curve here. So if you want, you can have your another stitch marker on your this first stitch on your this 3 single crochets. So it's completely optional. You can have another stitch marker here. I'm not going to have a stitch marker, but if you think you might will forget, or it's easier for you, you can have your stitch marker here as well. So this is your first single crochet. I'm going to have another 2 single crochets here. So that's 2 and 3. In total, we got over this 3 single crochets here. Now, we will turn our work and we will start working on this bottom side of our this chains. And here again we will have another 7 single crochets. So have 1 single crochet into each chain. So here it is. I'm just going to go to this first chain here. Here it is. This is my first chain. Insert your hook. Now I'm going to hide my this end along with this my stitches. So this is my first single crochet. Go to this next chain. This is your next chain. Insert your hook. Have your second single crochet. Have a third single crochet. 4, 5, 6 and 7. Here it is. We got our this 7 single crochets here. Now we are here on our this chain 2 space. Now here I will insert my hook into my this chain 2 space here, grab yarn and have 1 single crochet, chain 2, and again we will go to that same chain 2 space, insert your hook and have your another single crochet here. Here it is, like this. And now here again for this remaining 7 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So again go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet, go to this next one, have the second single crochet, go to this next one, have a third single crochet, go to this next one, have your fourth single crochet, go to this next one, fifth single crochet and go to this next one, have 6 single crochet and go to this next one. This is your last stitch and have your this 7th single crochet. Here it is, and I have hide my this end as well along with my this stitches. So here it is. It looks like this. So here we got our this first 3 single crochets, then 7 stitches. We had our 1 single crochet into each stitch. We skip our this 2 chains and then another time have 7 single crochets. On this last chain have another 3 single crochets and then we will turn our work. And again here we got our 7 single crochets. We were here on our this chain 2 space, have 1 single crochet, chain 2 and 1 single crochet, and then again for this remaining 7 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So 7 single crochets here. And here it is. This is the end of our round number 1. Now for our round number 2, I will keep on working on my this rounds. So I will work in a spiral way. So here it is. I will take out my this stitch marker here. Here it is. This is our chain 1. So this is not a stitch. This is our first stitch. I will insert my hook into my this first stitch here and will grab the yarn. And here I will have 1 single crochet of my this round number 2. I will again have my this stitch marker here, so that I will remember this is my first stitch of my this round number 2. And here for first 3 stitches we will have 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. So this is our first single crochet. Go again to this first stitch, grab yarn and have this second single crochet here. Again go to this next stitch. This is your stitch number 2 and we will have 2 single crochets into this each stitch, into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again go to this next stitch. This is your stitch number 3 and have 2 single crochets here again. So it's 1 and 2 here. So in total you got your this 6 single crochets on your this curve here. And now here for next 6 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. Remember, not 7, 6 stitches. So here it is. Go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and we will do this for next 6 stitches, not 7. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 here. Now after the 6 stitches, skip your this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. We will skip all this next 2 stitches and we will go to this side, and again here we will have 6 stitches So we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch for next 6 stitches. So here it is, skip your this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, go to this third stitch straight and have your this first single crochet here on your this side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 here like this. And now again we are here on our this curve. So here again on our this 3 stitches we will have 2 single crochets into each stitch. So in total we are going to have another 6 stitches here. So go to this next stitch and have 2 single crochets here. It's 1 and 2. Go to this next stitch, have 2 single crochets here. It's 1, 2 and another time here. It's 1 and 2. Here it is. Now again, if you have your stitch marker, please have your stitch marker on the first stitch on your this curve, on your the 6 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. You can have your stitch marker in here. So this is your first stitch. Have your stitch marker in here after the 6 stitches here. So you will remember that you are on curve on this side here. Now we will turn our work, and here we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch on our this side. And remember here we will have 8 stitches here. So go all the way until the end, have 1 single crochet into each stitch for your this next 8 stitches, and I will meet you at the end after my 8 stitches. Here it is. I've got my this 8 stitches here, and now I'm here on my this chain 2 space. Now here on my this chain 2 space, again I will have 1 single crochet. So just insert your hook, grab your yarn, have 1 single crochet, chain 2, and again go to that same chain 2 space and have 1 more single crochet here. Again turn your work, and for this remaining 8 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, here it is. We got our this 8 stitches here on our this side as well, and this is the end of our round number 2. Now for our round number 3, I will take out my this stitch marker and I will go to this first stitch, and here I will have 1 single crochet, have this stitch marker back on. So here for the first stitch, have 1 single crochet into each 1 stitch, go to this next stitch, this is your stitch number 2, and here we will have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet only, go to this next stitch and have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet only, and go to this next stitch and have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2 here, and here you got your this 9 stitches on this curve. And now we are here on our this side. Now here first 5 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is. After this curve, after this 9 stitches, this is your first stitch. So it's stitch number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. Now skip this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and go to the stitch number 3, go to this next side, and again have another 5 stitches here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So here it is. You got this 5 stitches here. Now again we are on this curve. You got the 6 stitches here. Now again we are going to have 9 stitches here. So go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next stitch and have 2 single crochets here, 1 and 2. Go to this next stitch, have 1 single crochet. Go to this next stitch and have 2 single crochets here. It's 1 and 2. Go to this next stitch, have 1 single crochet, and go to this next stitch and have 2 single crochets here. So it's 1 and 2 here. Again, if you're having a stitch marker, don't forget to have this first stitch. Don't forget to have a stitch marker on this first stitch. So here it is. We have created our curve here. Now we will turn our work, and again here for next 9 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So just go to this next stitch and keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch, and for 9 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. Here it is. We have got 9 stitches here, and now we are here on over this chain 2 space. Again, into this chain 2 space we will have 1 single crochet, chain 2 and 1 single crochet. And again, for this side, for this next 9 stitches, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So just keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch for this next side, for this next 9 stitches, and I will meet you at the end. So here it is. This is the end of our round number 3. Now, for round number 4, I will take out my this stitch marker. And here, we got 9 stitches on over this curve. Now here, we are going to have 12 stitches. So here it is. I'm just going to insert my hook into this first stitch. We'll grab the yarn and we'll have 1 single crochet here. Have the stitch marker back on. This is your first stitch of this round number 4. Now I will go to this next stitch, and here I'm going to have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Go to this next stitch, stitch number 3, and have 1 single crochet only. Here it is, and we got over this first 4 stitches here, and we will repeat over this pattern for next 2 times. So again, go to this next stitch, have 1 single crochet, go to this next stitch, have 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and go to this next stitch and have only 1 single crochet. Again, we will repeat the pattern. So again, go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet, go to this next one and have 2 single crochets here. So it's 1 and 2, and go to this last stitch and have 1 single crochet here only. Here it is. And now after this 12 stitches on this curve, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch for next 4 stitches. So here it is. Go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet, 2, 3 and 4 here. Now again, we will skip over this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and go to this next stitch into this third stitch and have another 4 single crochets here. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4 here. Now again, we are here. So we got over this 9 stitches here on this curve. We're going to have our 12 stitches here. So again, we will repeat our pattern. So simply just have 1 single crochet here. If you're having stitch marker, do not forget to have a stitch marker on your this stitch, and go to this next stitch, have 2 single crochets, and go to this third stitch and have 1 single crochet only. Again, go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet, go to this next stitch and have 2 single crochets here, 1 and 2, go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet here only. Again, for the last time, go to this next stitch, have 1 single crochet, go to this next stitch and have 2 single crochets here, 1 and 2, and go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet only here. And now we are here on over this side. So here we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch for next 10 stitches. So again, keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch, and here you're gonna have your 10 stitches, and I will meet you after that. So here it is. We have got over this 10 stitches here on over this side. Now we are here on over this chain 2 space, and here again we will have 1 single crochet, chain 2 and 1 single crochet. Again, for this side, for your next side, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch for next 10 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3. Here it is. I've got my this 10 stitches here, and this is the end of my this round number 4. Now for round number 5, I will take out my this stitch marker, and here we have our first 12 stitches here. Now here we will increase our next 3 stitches, so we're going to have 15 stitches here on our this curve. So here it is. Simply just go to this next stitch and grab yarn and have 1 single crochet here, have the stitch marker back on, and here first 3 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is. This is your first stitch, second stitch, and here this third stitch here, 1, 2 and 3. Now we are here on our this 4th stitch, and here on top of our this 4th stitch we will have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So it's 1 and 2 here, and we got over this 5 stitches here, and we will repeat over this pattern for another 2 times on over this curve. So again, next 3 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch. It's 1, 2 and 3. Into this 4th stitch, have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. It's 1 and 2. And again, next 3 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2 and 3. And on top of here, this 4th stitch, have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch here. Yeah, you got here this 15 stitches under this round number 5. Now we are here. So here, next 3 stitches, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. One, 2 and 3 here. Again, we will skip out this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and we will go to this next stitch, and here again we will have 3 single crochets. So it's 1, 2 and 3 here. Now we are here on our this 12 stitches. Again, we will have 15 stitches on our this curve. So we will again repeat our pattern. So first 3 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and do not forget to have your stitch marker here. So this is your first stitch. It's 1, 2 and 3. Again, for this next stitch, your 4th stitch, we will have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. Again, next 3 stitches, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Again, into this 4th stitch, we will have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. It's 1 and 2. Again, we will repeat about this pattern for the last time. So first 3 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch. It's 1, 2 and 3. And into this 4th stitch, have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. And here it is. We got over this 15 stitches here. Now we are here on our this side, and here for next 11 stitches, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch for next 11 stitches, and I will meet you after that. Here it is. I've got my this 11 stitches here. Again, we are here on our this chain 2 space, and again into this chain 2 space, we will have 1 single crochet, chain 2, and 1 more single crochet here. And now we are on over this second side, and here again have 1 single crochet into each stitch for this next 11 stitches, and I will meet you at the end. And here it is. At the end of my this round number 5, my work looks like this. Now for the next round number 6, here it is. I'm just going to take out my this stitch marker, and here we have our 15 stitches on our this curve. So here we're going to have another 18 stitches for this round number 6 on our this curve. So for that, I will just insert my hook into my this first stitch, and we'll have a first single crochet here. Have your stitch marker back on. Here it is. And now first 2 stitches, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is, 1 and 2. And now into this 3rd stitch, we will have 2 single crochets into this 3rd stitch. So it's 1 and 2. And now next 2 stitches, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Here it is. So we have got our this first 6 stitches here, and we will repeat our this pattern for another 2 times here. So again, for next 2 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch. Into this 3rd stitch, have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch, and again next 2 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch. Keep on repeating for this pattern for next 2 times. You're gonna have your 18 stitches, and I will meet you after that. Here it is. We got over this 18 stitches here on our this curve, and now we are here. So next 2 stitches, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is. It's 1 and 2. And now we will skip over this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and here on your the second side, again have 1 single crochet into each stitch for your next 2 stitches. So here it is. It's 1 and 2 here. Now again we are on our this curve, so here again we are going to have our 18 stitches. So again we will repeat our this pattern here on our the second side. So first 2 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch. Go to this next stitch, stitch number 3, have 2 single crochets into this 1 stitch, and then again for your next 2 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is. I'm just going to insert my hook into my this next stitch, and we'll have 1 single crochet. If you want, you can have a stitch marker here. This is your first stitch on your this curve. So it's 1, 2, go to this next stitch, and here we will have 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2, and again next 2 single crochets, we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. 1 and 2. Here you got this first 6 single crochets. Repeat your pattern for another 2 times and you're going to have 18 single crochets on your this curve, and I will meet you after that. Here it is. I've got my this 18 stitches here on my this second curve as well, and now we are here. So here we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch for our this next 12. 1, 2, 12 stitches, and I will meet you after that. Here it is. We got our this 12 single crochets here, and now we are here on our this chain 2 space. So here again we will have 1 single crochet, chain 2 and 1 single crochet, and then for this remaining stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. And remember, again on this side we're going to have our 12 single crochets. So keep on repeating this pattern and I will meet you at the end with my 12 single crochets. Here it is. At the end of my this round number 6, it looks like this. Now for round number 7, here I will take out my this stitch marker. Now here we have our 18 stitches on our this curve. Now here we're going to have 21 stitches for this round number 7. So here first 5 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So just go to this next stitch. This is your first stitch and have 1 single crochet here. Have this stitch marker back on. This is the first stitch of your this round number 7, and on your this curve as well. So keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch for first 5 stitches. So this is our first stitch. 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here first 5 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and into this next stitch, stitch number 6, we will have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So it's 1 and 2 here, and we got over this first 7 stitches here. Now we will repeat over this pattern for another 2 times. So again, next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and go to this next stitch, stitch number 6, and have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. Repeat this pattern for another 2 times and we will have our 21 stitches here, and I will meet you after that. Here it is. I've got my this 21 stitches here on my this curve, and I'm here. Now here I will have 1 single crochet only. So here it is. For 1 stitch, have 1 single crochet only. Skip this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet here only. Here, and now again we are on our this second curve. So keep on repeating this pattern here again. So first 5 stitches. So here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. First 5 stitches, have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and on your the 6th stitch have 2 single crochets into this one stitch. So repeat your pattern for another 3 times here on your this curve, and you're going to have your another 21 stitches here, and I will meet you after that. Remember to have your stitch marker here because that's going to be your first stitch. Here it is on your this curve, so you can have your stitch marker on this stitch, on this curve stitch, and I will meet you after my 21 stitches. Here it is. I've got my this 21 stitches here on my this curve, and now I will turn my work, and here for next 13 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and I will meet you after that. So 13 stitches, 1, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. Here it is. I've got my this 13 stitches here, and now we are here on our this chain 2 space. So here again into our this chain 2 space we will have 1 single crochet, chain 2 and 1 single crochet, and again for this next 13 stitches we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch on our this side, and I will meet you at the end. And here it is. I've got my this 13 stitches here, and this is the end of my this round number 7, and it looks like this. Now we will work on our last round number 8, and for that we will create our this border. So for this border here for our round number 8, I will take out my this stitch marker here. Take out the stitch marker, go to this first stitch, insert your hook, grab your yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. So just pull your yarn, pull your loop through all of your loop and have 1 slip stitch. Remember, not a single crochet, a slip stitch here to finish up over this round number 7. We will not need this one. Now chain 1, and we will start working from the back. So this is our backward single crochet. So we will go at the back now. So here it is. I will simply have a chain 1 and I will go to this slip stitch. So this is my slip stitch and this is my chain 1. I will go to this slip stitch, insert your hook into the slip stitch here like this, grab your yarn. You're gonna have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. Again, go to this next stitch. This is your stitch. Remember, we are working at the backward. So here it is. Insert your hook into this next stitch at the back and grab your yarn. You're going to have 2 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. Again, go to this next stitch at the back, insert your hook, grab your yarn. You're going to have 2 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. Now keep on having your 1 single crochet on each stitch. Keep on going backwards and go until here, until you're this chain 2 space. So remember, we had our this 13 stitches here plus 1 slip stitch. So you're going to have 14 stitches on this side, and here go up to here, up to this last stitch, up to this chain 2, and I will meet you here. So here it is. I'm right here on my this chain 2 space. Now here again we will have 1 backward single crochet, chain 2, 1 and 2, and again we will go to that same chain 2 space and we will have another backward single crochet here. Here it is. And now turn your work, and here again we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. We will go at the back and we will keep on repeating our pattern all the way until here, until this is your stitch. This is your last stitch on your this round. This is your last stitch. So I'm gonna go to this second last stitch until my this second last stitch. So keep on working on your this stitches. Keep on having your backward single crochet, 1 single crochet into each stitch, and go up to this stitch, up to this second last stitch here, or you can go up to somewhere in here and I will meet you here. So here it is. I've worked all the way until here. This is my 34 stitches. I've done 34 stitches and I'm going to go to this next stitch, and that's going to be my 35 stitch here after my this chain 2 and another single crochet here at the bottom. I've worked 35 stitches all the way until here, and now I'm here on my this middle 2 stitches. So again I will skip my this middle 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and I will go to this stitch in here and I will keep on repeating my pattern here. So just keep on repeating your pattern. Skip your this next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and go to this 3rd stitch and keep on having your this backward single crochet, and again keep on repeating your pattern and go up to the end of our this round until here, and I will meet you at the end here. And here it is. Until the end of my this work. So here at the end, and I've done my this last backward single crochet here, and now I will cut my yarn in here and will secure my this last stitch. Here it is. And now I will simply just hide my this end in at the back and will meet you after that. And here it is. Our coaster is ready. It looks like this here. And I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.